October is known to many as Breast Cancer Awareness Month, but it's also the awareness month for sudden infant death syndrome, commonly known as SIDS. To help us understand more about what it is and some of the things that parents need to remember is Denise Easley from UnityPoint Health, St. Luke's Hospital. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
So what are some of the first things that we need to know about SIDS?
Well, I think the most important thing to know is we don't really know what causes SIDS. Preventing SIDS is reducing risk. So by reducing risk, we not only reduce the risk of SIDS, but we also reduce the risk of suffocation deaths, unsafe sleep practices. And here in Linn County, that's really been our focus over the last 3 years, is reducing unsafe sleep practices.
And so what are some of the ways, obviously we have kind of a model for demonstration here, that we can make sure that we are practicing those safe sleep practices, and then not only putting your child to bed the right way, but making sure they stay asleep the right way.
Right. Okay, so one of the things that we really focus on is removing loose blankets from the baby's bed. So what we recommend in the place of that is a sleep sack.
Wow.
So it's just a little zippered bag.
A little cocoon.
Like this. Let's see, I can put the boppy pillow down. And then it just zips up. And they come in different fabrics. So you can have a thinner fabric, and then you can have a fleece for warmth. And then it just swaddles around the baby. So this is all they need, is just having the sleep sack, putting them in their crib or bassinet or pack and play, just a sheet, nothing else in it. We don't want stuffed animals. We don't want little blankets that have a little stuffed animal, any little taggy thing. We don't want big fat blankets like this.
What are some of the dangers of those? I know for years, children would sleep with stuffed animals around them and those big, almost like Linus blankets.
Right, my children did. I had bumper pads, I had stuffed animals, my children slept on their bellies. But parents now are getting the current, most latest up-to-date research based on science, and we have learned that sleeping on bellies is not safe. We've learned that having bumper pads, pillows, stuffed animals, anything in the bed, the babies can, once they start moving around, they can get tangled up in those blankets, get their face pushed up against the bumper pad, and suffocate. Wow.
So there's actually what you like to call the ABCs of sleep, and that really helps parents to remember some of those key components.
Exactly. So, and that is the easiest way. A is always alone, B is on your back, and C is in a safe crib. And if you can remember those three things, that will help you remember all of the other details about safe sleep.
Sure. And two last tips as well. You say encourage tummy time when awake and educate other people caring for the baby as well. What does tummy time when awake help for sleeping?
Well, we don't. One of the things that's happened over the years since we've been doing back sleeping, babies have gotten little flat spots on the back of their heads. So we have to make sure that we have tummy time, and we need to start that as soon as babies go home. And a good way to do it is having a boppy pillow, and then you can just put the baby right there on their tummy. You can put them on a thin blanket on the floor, that sort of thing. One thing about the boppy is it's a nursing pillow. And there have been associated deaths with babies sleeping in these. So that's why I brought the boppy today, because babies should not be sleeping in this. If they are, they need to be taken out of the boppy and put into their bed.
If viewers would like more information, where can they go?
Well, they can contact St. Luke's, they can contact me. They can also contact Diane Sorensen at the Eastern Iowa Health Center. We are teaching a pack and play class for moms that meet income requirements. And we don't want the reason a baby goes to bed with a parent is because they don't have a safe place for their baby to sleep. So at the end of this 2-hour newborn class, they receive a pack and play for free.
Wow, so that's a huge deal.
It's huge. It's
Thank
huge.
you for coming and sharing with us.
Thank you so much.
Really
Thank
good information.
7:24 now on this Wednesday morning.
Coming up next, the Corridor Hospital is trying to fill a growing need. We're going to find out about the shortage that they're trying to help solve.